If you're just joining us for the first time or you haven't listened in for a while, I'm working my way through the Apostles' Creed. Yesterday, I talked about the opening phrase, I believe in God the Father Almighty. I pointed out that this isn't a statement about God's gender. It is a metaphor that points toward the idea of relationship. Of the many ways we could possibly conceive of God, not all are rooted in the idea of a relationship. So the first claim of the Apostles' Creed is that we stand in a meaningful relationship with God. The question now is, what kind of God and what kind of relationship? Today, we begin to answer those questions. Hello, I'm Stuart Baskin, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tyler, Texas, and this is your daily devotional for Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. I believe in God the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth. Maker of heaven and earth. What the very beginning of the creed implied by using the metaphor of fatherhood is that there is a relationship not between equals, but between unequals. How unequal? Well, saying maker of heaven and earth says it all. We stand in a relationship with a power greater than anything and everything in the universe. And it is a dependent relationship. Here's how the writer of Genesis 1 puts it. In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth was a formless void, and darkness covered the face of the deep, while a wind from God swept over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. God called the night day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. You know the rest of the steps along the way. At the end of the sixth day, we read, God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. So three things are notable here. In the first place, and this may seem obvious, God is the creator. That is to say, everything we see, touch, taste, and hear are within the realm of God's creation. We ourselves are part of that creation. We may be a particularly gifted species, but that does not place us outside the created order. For better or for worse, we are part of it. Second, our role within the created order is one of stewardship, not ownership. As the second creation story, the story of Adam and Eve, puts it, God has placed us in this little garden to till it and to keep it, just as a landowner might put an overseer in charge of a farm. The land remains the property of the owner, even if the owner only visits the property occasionally. This means that whatever we have is a gift of God, and whatever we think we own ultimately belongs to God. Third, creation is good. Certainly we can look at the created order and see violence all around. Animals hunt and eat one another, and even human beings can fall prey to some predators. Alfred Lord Tennyson said nature is red in tooth and claw, meaning the order of things includes what we think of as violent. But even this falls within the ordering of things, an order that is given by God. Now, one can make an argument that before the fall, nature didn't include this kind of violence, but that's a theological, not a historical argument. The world as we know it and experience it is the world of God's own creation. Some early Christians saw the natural order of things and concluded that the world is an evil place, put here by an evil deity, one not worthy of our devotion, and that in Jesus Christ, a new and different God has come along to free us from this violent order of things. It is against this school of thought that the Apostles' Creed boldly proclaimed that the God we worship is the Creator God. To call creation good is to understand that our bodily existence is not some terrible accident to escape, but the condition in which the Creator placed us. So even in our broken and fallen existence, we are still part of a good creation. It means we're able to enjoy life. enjoy the fruits of our labors, enjoy our relationships with other fallen creatures, both human and non-human. It means every facet of human life and existence, economic life, social life, political life, all of it. It is part of God's ordering of life. We don't have to Christianize it for it to be part of what God calls good. To say that we believe in God the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, is to take an important step in understanding who we are in relation to God and in relation to the world around us. We belong to God, and we are part of God's good creation. Tomorrow, the relationship of the maker of heaven and earth to the ministry of redemption. But for now, may God continue to bless you and keep you in all that you do this day and in all the days ahead.